That car costs $640 a month. Ben does all right, but he doesn't do that well. 2 streets over, there's the same car, parked outside a smaller house. The tighter the money around you, the more of it sits in the driveway. And that's not a guess. In the Netherlands, there's a lottery that draws a winning postal code every week. Your neighbor wins, and you buy a car. 7 percentage points. That's how much more likely you are to buy a car in the next 6 months, just because your neighbor won. Most people who won the car don't have it 6 months later. They take the cash instead, or hand the car straight back. One doesn't want it at all. The others go out and buy one. That only makes sense if this was never about the car. Back to Ben. 3 weeks ago, he was sitting at the kitchen table doing the math. Base model, $490 a month. The bigger engine, $640. $150 difference. Ben's finger moves to the bigger number, but he isn't looking at the screen. He's picturing how it looks, in his driveway, from the street, and he's got a reason ready. The bigger one holds its value. I'll get that back when I sell it. True, except Ben's lease runs 3 years. He never sells it. 2 weeks later, Ben's out with friends. The bill arrives, and Ben reaches for his card, fast, before anyone else can raise a hand. I've got this. You paid last time. He's right, too, only last time it was 2 people. Tonight, it's 6. On the way home, Mia asks him something. Not accusing, she actually wants to know. Who are you showing it to? Ben doesn't answer. Think of the last thing you bought and really loved. Who was it for? Ben is doing what humans have done for thousands of years. He's sending a signal. Nobody can see his income. Everybody can see his car. That isn't stupid. It's the only way anyone can tell where you stand. There's just one problem with it, and it's measurable. Researchers had people wear the same polo shirt, once with a designer logo, once without, then asked other people what they saw. The logo works. The wearer looks wealthier, exactly as intended. And in the same breath as less helpful. The signal lands. It just says something other than what Ben thinks it says. How loudly someone sends that signal doesn't only depend on how much they have. It depends on who they're comparing themselves to, on their reference group. First reference group, the neighbors. When the people around you earn less, you spend more on what's visible, about 1/4 more on cars, clothes, jewelry, with the exact same income. It isn't about the people, it's about the street they're standing on. Live somewhere wealthier and you need the signal less. Second reference group, the people at the top. People you never meet, you only see them. When incomes rise up there, everyone below spends a bigger share of their money on what shows. That sounds like a contradiction. It isn't. 2 different reference groups, and they pull in different directions. Your reference group used to live on your street. Where does it live now? And this is where it gets expensive, because that money comes from somewhere. It comes out of everything you can't see. For Ben, it's $150 a month. Over the life of his lease, $5,400. Also, the car on the driveway is one size bigger. And it's not just him. 6 out of 10 new vehicles sold in America are SUVs. Nobody finds that strange anymore. That's the point. About 1 in 5 new cars is leased. Leasing isn't the bad thing, it's just a contract, but it's the easiest way to have something sitting outside that you don't own. And on vacation, think about the last picture you took. Was it for the view or for the feed? If visible spending is supposed to prove you've made it, why does the person who actually has it drive the oldest car in town? Because he doesn't have to prove where he stands anymore. Researchers sorted this out. People with money who don't need to show it buy quietly, things you only notice if you know what you're looking at. People with money who want to show it buy loudly, and people who want to show it but don't have it buy the loudest version they can afford. So what we call quiet luxury isn't the opposite of showing off, it's the same signal, aimed at a smaller audience. Visible spending isn't a reliable sign of wealth. It's more a sign that someone isn't sure how they're being seen. And the tighter it gets around you, or the more out of reach the people you look up to feel, the louder that signal gets. The tool for this fits in one sentence. Next time you're about to buy something visible, ask yourself, would I still want this if nobody could ever see it? If the answer is no, you're not paying for the thing. You're paying to be seen. Ben kept the car, by the way. He enjoys driving it. Mia never asked again. And that's completely fine, as long as he knows what he's paying for. What about you? What's sitting in your driveway? And who's it for? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one.